Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel. It's my daily vlog, so whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. And today, it's just one of those days, like I gotta get some traction. There is stuff all over my apartment. I gotta clean up, I gotta do the takey carry things, because this week, it didn't hurt my foot, but I had like a spasm, like a bad cramp in my foot, but it started on Sunday and it ended yesterday, which was Friday, so like today's Saturday. So like for a solid 5 days, it was really uncomfortable for me to walk, and so things were getting away from me because I was literally not moving at my normal speed. So now I have to deal with, I'm feeling better, so I gotta take care of the stuff that was falling by the wayside. So I was originally gonna be going into Manhattan today and to go see stuff, and I'm feeling drained because it just, you know how like when you have a lot to do and it starts to feel overwhelming and you just sort of start shutting down? That's sort of where I'm at right now. So basically, for me to start having the energy to start doing the things that I enjoy doing, I need to not feel so overwhelmed by everything in front of me. And like when I have a lot of clutter and a lot of odds and ends stuff, like I start feeling that way. So like for example, I mean I'm gonna open up and show some of my messes these days. For example, I have like, this has to go down to the recycling room, that has to go to the recycling room. There's like stuff, and I need to make this stuff not be chaotic. So it's a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of relaxing, and a bit of self-care today. It's also supposed to be 90 degrees today, and it's not June yet. I know we're on the cusp of June, where this is Memorial Day weekend we're going into. But I'm one of those people, I'm like, it's not June yet, you can't turn on the air. I don't know why I'm like this. No, I do know why I'm like this, because my utility company has tripled their rates. That is legitimately why I'm like this right now. So I'm gonna probably be a bit sweaty and unkempt because I am fighting to not give in to the wills of the air conditioning unit in my window. But if it really does get too uncomfortable, the air is going on. I mean, I'm not above that. I hate turning it on before June. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people. I'm really sorry. I feel so old saying that, but yeah. Okay, let's start taking care of stuff. So usually I start in the kitchen, but right now, kitchen is not terrible. I got a few dishes that gotta get washed, but dishwasher is currently going. So we gotta wait for these dishes to finish, but I can take that garbage out. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get that garbage and the recycling out first. I'll be right back. Gonna go bring the stuff down to the garbage and recycling room. Okay, so new garbage bag in the garbage can, and I set up my recycling bags. I use like a plastic shopping bag for my plastics and plastics, metals, and glass. And then I use a paper shopping bag for all of my papers and cardboards that I'm gonna recycle. So while I was setting those bags up, I thought about like a strange thing, and I'm wondering if anyone else is experiencing this too. So where I live in New Jersey, they instituted a ban on single-use plastic bags. So at first, I like stopped getting plastic bags when I went shopping because there was this ban on plastic bags. Then they started giving out plastic bags again, but they were like a thicker plastic because they were supposed to be like they're reusable, but they're not like a tote bag. They're just thicker than a standard plastic bag. I don't know. So I still get plastic bags even though there's a plastic bag ban, and I don't really understand that, but I recycle them. The recycling in my town will take them. So like many of us, you know, of a certain age, we have a bag full of bags. Yeah, I have a bag full of bags. I think we all have that. So that bag full of bags, that's what I use for my recycling. So I have one plastic bag full of plastic bags, and I have one paper bag full of paper bags. And that's what I set up each time I bring my recycling out. I take one of those bags out. My groceries all get delivered in paper bags, and then the odds and ends from shopping trips tend to still come in plastic bags for some reason. So I recycle them. I send them back to get melted down and reused in another way. So yeah, does anyone else have that? Is there plastic bag bans where you live too? And like, how's that working out? Because there's still all this single-use plastic out there, like in wrappers and food. Like, there's tons of single-use plastic. So I'm not sure how it's working out. I'm curious if there's actually statistics out there on how this is doing. I'd be interested if anyone knows of any statistics. Like, put a link there so I could look at it. Cool. Okay, let's keep cleaning. Okay, this is next. There's a lot of clutter here. This is not cool. I gotta fix that. Okay. Has anyone else ever had something that they really, really like break and you need to replace it, and you do, but then you end up with the broken one still sitting around and you haven't quite thrown it out yet? So I'm trying to preempt that. My sneakers, love my Converse. I always have a pair of Converse on hand, right? And I just replaced them. I ordered a new pair. They just came in 2 days ago. This pair, like if we look at the heel, I'm gonna try to get some light in here. So the heel, there it is. So see how the heel, it's totally ripped open. So, and it's like that on both of them, on the right and the left side, but it's totally ripped open, and then the support piece here is like busting through the canvas, and it's like rubbing on my foot. So it was getting really uncomfortable, you know, and the bottoms, like, yeah, totally falling apart. So like it was very obviously time for my next pair, but even though they came in 2 days ago, these are still sitting here, and it's hard for me to dispose of them. But they're definitely not in repair enough that I would donate them to anybody else, because that's, it's totally fallen apart. Like literally, this is, yeah, that's what I've been walking around in for a while. I will literally just wear things till they fall off. So yeah, I gotta get rid of that. And the backpack that I use every day when I commute to carry my lunch and all of my stuff, my backpack after 6 years broke in the middle of the day. The zipper won't zip anymore, and my backpack was so cool. Let me show you my backpack. This was my backpack for like the longest time. I love this thing, and now the zipper is totally busted. Like, it's doing this thing where it's open here and it's open here, and it's not zipping no more. Doesn't matter where the zipper is, it's just open. So So I had to like put my backpack in a shopping bag to come home from work to carry all my stuff, because otherwise it would have just fallen out all over the place. So yeah, I have to part with a few of my staples this week. So dealing with that. I had a backup backpack, so I'm okay. You know, it's always good to have a backup backpack. Always good. So yeah, but these items have served me well. Like I said, 6 years for a backpack every day, like 5 days a week, you know, on my commute. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So, okay, part of the clutter now. Now they need to move on to their next life. Now we're gonna water the orchids. So that means gotta go into the freezer here. And in this drum I keep my ice cubes, because that's actually part of the ice cream maker. So when you make ice cream, that has to be frozen already, and I get very whimsical when I'm cooking and I won't remember ahead of time, so it just lives in there and holds the ice cubes. So now I have my 3 ice cubes. Here's my orchid, and I put the ice cubes, and that is how I water my orchid. Look how pretty she is. Look at that. And I got a couple of more buds that are coming up, but look. I also have a basil plant growing in there, and I just started a batch of cilantro. So we'll see how the cilantro does. It's a little touch and go when I start from seed, but once they get going, I'm usually pretty good. So yeah, that basil, I've had that basil for years. It is awesome. I did a video a while back, how I make pesto from my basil plant, and actually there's a lot of it right now. This is probably a good time to make basil. I'll probably be doing that soon. Hey, Mr. Rupert, how are you? So it's time for a partial tank change. So we're going to clean Rupert's tank. If you saw my previous videos, Rupert is still not well. His lower and side fins look so much better, but he has a mass on his top fin, and it looks terrible. But his behavior is totally normal. He is acting fine. I still don't know what's going on with that top fin, but I'm starting to suspect it's a mass and not some kind of like fin rot or something like that. But yeah, there's Rupert, and he has a heater now, and he's doing okay, as you know, he's hanging in there. He's hanging in there. So we're gonna clean his tank. So Rupert's tank is all clean, but since I was dumping the dirty water into the sink, next step is the bathroom. We gotta go clean the bathroom now. I was using the bins and I dumped them out in the sink, which means this sink is gross right now. But fear not, we have Lysol. We're gonna clean this with some Lysol, gonna disinfect it. So the thing with the Lysol is you have to like let it sit on a surface for a period of time for it to be effective. So this Lysol says it has to sit for how long? Let's see. No, that's how to open the package. I know how to open the package. To sanitize, allow to remain wet for 10 seconds, but to disinfect, it says it has to remain wet for 4 minutes. So we have to let that sit for at least 4 minutes. Okay, it has been 4 minutes. So I can now start to like wipe and clean. But while that was going, I cleaned the toilet. I didn't think anybody wanted to see that, so I didn't show it. But now we're gonna organize this chaos that's going on here, because too much chaos for me. This I haven't figured out yet. So my bath mat is the color of my hair, because of my hair dye. My bath mat's originally blue. My bath mat matched my little carpet. So if anyone knows a secret for this one, I'd be curious. Otherwise, it might just be I need a second bath mat, one for when my hair is getting dyed and being uber pink, and another for day to day. Because, yeah, that is never coming out. So living in an apartment, most apartments do not come with a dishwasher. It's just not a thing. So it's a luxury if you have one. And if you don't have one, this countertop dishwasher is like the best thing I ever bought myself. I tend to not really get myself a lot of stuff, but this one has saved so much time, energy, effort, and oh, I love this thing. So let me show you this. So it's a countertop dishwasher, which is literally what it sounds like. It sits on my counter. Cool. It has a couple hoses in the back, and those hoses like clamp right onto my sink, and basically, like, let me release the pressure. Like, it's just on and off. Super easy, right? And basically you have the water on. It won't flow unless you press that button, right? And you can still use your, you know, your little hose like that. But look at this. Look at this. It's like a legit dishwasher. And yeah, it works great. It works really, really well. And it gets warm. Like, the stuff is like still a bit warm to the touch. Ooh, the silverware is really hot to the touch, but everything else is like warm to the touch. So it's like sanitizing the way a regular, you know, like tall dishwasher would. So I think this thing is great. Sink is empty, dishwasher is loaded, but there's still some space in there. So I think it's time I clean out my sink. So I was in the other room and I started to hear this. My goodness. Oh my God, it is really coming down out there. My goodness, that is a lot of rain. And then I check like the blobdar. It's the what I call the radar because it looks like blobs coming towards you. So I check the blobdar and there's like a lot of reds and yellows coming this way, so I picked a good day to stay home and clean my apartment, it seems. So all that's left at this point is I just need to vacuum and mop, and then I'll be all done. And I am quite tired, but I did enjoy. I got to sit down and watch a little bit of the rainstorm for a little while. But yeah, I'm gonna vacuum and mop and call it a day. I am beat. So with that, I am done for now, and I will see everybody tomorrow. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.